fuck.
Fuck. Oh no.
Is this on air?
Is this live?
Yeah.
Is this canon?
Is this canon?
Canon 5D. Check them out. That's our sponsors for tonight.
Welcome to
They
the
didn't actually sponsor
official.
us.
Welcome to the official Canon Photography podcast. I'm your host, Nick.
I'm your second host, Dick.
Okay, your joke actually worked too. Because I was going for Nick Cannon. But I guess Dick Cannon works too.
Think about it.
I did think about it. That's why I laughed.
Fire it up. It's like Jizz Blasters.
So, what did you think of Cybersix?
Alright, I'd like to start off by saying that Cybersix was a series created in 1999 and aired on some channel that nobody watched because apparently it was canceled. I saw something saying there was a season 2. Is there a season 2?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Where did you read that? Unless it was on Wikipedia, it's not canon to me.
Alright, it wasn't on Wikipedia.
Then it's bullshit.
Okay. So, right off the bat, my personal history with this series is I never actually watched it. I just always saw the YouTube video of the opening, and everyone would always bring it up as, check out this show. That's such a cool opening, like back when there was that 90s nostalgia phase.
I wish that was something that was relevant now, because I would love the 90s.
Yeah, it wasn't a nostalgia resurgence in media thing. Everybody on forums was bringing up like, remember all those 90s cartoons we liked?
It was the beginning of the only 90s kids.
Yeah, it was that. So, but it was still back when it was just fun reminiscing. And all I'd ever see was just this opening, and like alongside a bunch of other cartoon openings, and this one always stuck out to me as like, oh, this seemed kind of cool. But I never actually watched it till now.
What do you think about it?
The fucking kid show.
Yeah, as I was watching it, I was like, okay, it's all right. But then I would watch it. It took me like a month to watch this, but I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. But I kept going it for the sake of this. But I did not like it. Like it was okay, but I
watched the first.
Yeah, I didn't derive any joy out of it.
Yeah,
it was
like I can kind of see stuff out of it, but every episode is 10 minutes too long.
I did like some of the, there was some edits that I liked, but beyond that, it's like, eh.
Like, a lot of the animation was cool, but it's the storylines were so completely basic.
Do you think if they stuck with the original
it might have been more interesting, but, I don't think this had the weight to handle a whole series. Maybe it should have just been, an animated movie.
Well, this was meant for kids. We did watch a child's show. In fact, it's probably the edgiest child show out there.
I don't think it's the edgiest, but, it has a lot of hidden subject material that does put it kind of into an edgy phase. But it's not, I don't think it's the edgiest show because it's, it treats everything very tamely.
Well, it was for kids.
Yeah, but so was Invader Zim, and they fucking killed kids.
I never saw that.
That's what the show needed. The show needed more dead kids.
We're bringing back Spriggan references. Thanks.
That's life references.
That's life references. I don't know. I thought it was okay, but it's not for adults.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the main character, her design, and her whole thing going on. And she switches identities to a man. Clark Kent. She puts the glasses on.
And
cool.
flips her hair.
Yeah, but and like I really like the character designs for a lot of like all the characters and stuff. But like I feel like it really, after a certain point, it started to feel like I was just watching Totally Spies, like someone's like pitch of Totally Spies before it got picked up.
That was a show. I remember that now. I totally forgot about it until you brought it up.
Like the animation style, like at first it looked like this really cool anime thing, and then towards the end it started looking like Totally Spies, which is weird.
I'm surprised they actually finally kissed in that show. Like, I waited 13 episodes, and then it happens?
I kept seeing it every episode, and during the end credits.
What? No! I didn't watch the end credits, because it gave away other episodes.
Like, I just had it on YouTube Auto, because, like,
oh, yeah.
I was rushing through the entire show.
While playing Kingdom Hearts?
The last 2 days. No, I wasn't even playing Kingdom Hearts because I was doing it on my PS4. So I was just looking at the show, and it was like, maybe it was because I was watching every episode one after another, but it was just mind numbing.
Yeah, it was.
Like, there was a certain point where I just, like, I'd be watching it, and then I'd zone out, and the episode would be over. It's like, oh, I'm not rewatching that.
No. I think I rated it. What did I give it? 2.5 stars out of 5.
I'd say 2 stars. I wouldn't even. You know what? I'm gonna throw out the star system.
Oh.
I'm gonna say it's a bad show, but I liked parts of it.
It's not a bad show. I am just not the demographic.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. I think that like a lot of people would keep bringing it up back during the reminiscence saga as like, oh, this show had such edgy sub material, and it's like,
no,
well, yeah, it did. They had Kid Hitler, but aside from that, everything was super tame.
I think our problem is we didn't watch it as kids. Well, with the exception of I saw maybe a total of 5 minutes in my whole life as a child of this show.
Yeah,
and I couldn't even tell you which 5 minutes, because my memory of the show was like, oh, the Panther was on a ledge at this point, and she was down below, and she talked to him, and I watched the show, and that scene never came up.
Yeah, that might have been. You might have been thinking of Spawn.
No, it was this show.
Alright.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
So,
damn, who knows what I saw? Maybe I saw some like Candle Cove shit.
There was some like stuff in the show that was like reminiscent of like how they like animated. Wondering like exactly what have these guys like moved on to work on. And like, but like also, this came out in 1999. 6 years before, you had shows like X-Men the animated series and Batman, which were like same demographic, but like were way edgier. Sure, they didn't bring up Hitler, but like they had like. Oh, okay. My brother just informed me that they did bring up Hitler. I just remembered as well. There's an X-Men the animated series where they go back in time, where Wolverine's in World War II. He teams up with Captain America and they fight Hitler.
Oh shit! And people are all like, Infinity War is the greatest crossover. Nah, bruh. Wolverine and Captain America and Hitler?
I hope. Yo, Marvel dudes, Disney. Get Capcom on the line, make Marvel vs. Capcom the movie already.
That'd be rad.
Like you got all these characters, just make the one crossover to end all crossovers. MVC 2.
Oh, yeah, DC's pretty cool.
1 as well.
I was watching it because
like
I've been
bring in Onslaught.
I don't watch the Marvel movies, but in the past 2 days, I've just been watching a bunch of clips from them.
Yeah.
And at this point, I feel like I've seen all the movies.
Yeah. I've seen all of them.
Oh boy.
I wish I didn't.
And then I saw like this interview where I guess the Avenger actors were just talking shit about the Justice League. It's like, who's the Justice League? I'm like, well, you gotta say that. I don't know.
I think that's a friendly rivalry type.
Well, I like Batman versus Superman. From what I've seen of Justice League, visually it just looks weird. like there's something weird
Yeah.
going on with their green screen or their lighting. I don't know. And
But that's how I felt about just the Batman v Superman.
no way, that one was like, hey, that's pretty good.
Because it's not Batman versus Superman, it's Batman v Superman.
Um, with
Dawn of Justice.
with the exception of Wonder Woman, I'll get to that in a second. But the way she was portrayed in Batman vs Superman and Justice League, little I've seen of it, I like how she was because like the only real things that I saw of her was like she just loves to fight. She'll get like punched in the face and then she'll grin. She's like, "All right, let's fight." I'm like, "Whoa."
That's such a weird interpretation of that character, I think.
Really? I just think she's like just like having a great time.
Like, I always thought from my basic knowledge of Wonder Woman from like Justice League the cartoon and all that was that like her country is supposed to be like this perfect world where nobody fights, but they're the best at it. But that doesn't mean they enjoy fighting, they're just good at it.
Yeah, the way she is in like JLA and Justice League Unlimited is very different from how she's portrayed in the movies. But how she is in the movies, I'm like, I don't know, I kind of like it. She's just a brawler. But then I saw a clip of Wonder Woman, and I was like, oh, I don't like this.
Oh.
It was
like I was kind of interested in seeing that one, but like I don't want to.
There was a conversation she has with the guy character, and I was like,
that sounds bad.
I was
right off the bat.
oh shit.
Because you said the guy character.
Well, I don't know his fucking name. I only know
the fact that there's the guy character.
the guy character. He looks kind of familiar, but maybe just a bunch. He looks like just other good-looking guys, so I can't differentiate.
Alright.
But they have like a conversation, which is like so fucking awkward. It's like you could tell he's like he wants to get some of that Amazonian jungle, you know, if you know what I'm saying. But it was just weird. I don't know why people thought this was a good movie with shitty writing like that.
I mean, I think shitty writing is kind of like basic. I used to talk all shit about writing, but every time I try to write something, it always
that's true.
I get where they're coming from.
I'm not saying I can do better, but I can still tell bad from good.
Yeah. But I think it's also kind of changed my perspective on things to a point where it's like writing isn't the main deal with it. I think. Like, plot holes and dialogue are the one thing I just never care about when I'm watching a movie. It's always like, I'm more interested in like...
Oh, really? So then tell me why Batman vs. Superman is a bad movie?
The plot and the characters do not interest me.
Oh, that's not what you said before.
Like, I think that...
Well, Kevin, let me pull up the recording of that conversation. I didn't tell you I was recording.
Well, to clarify my point, by plot holes, I mean shit like, why would this character do this, and then that, and then it's like... But it's like, for the small stuff, like, where would he think to get a gun? It's like, he has a gun, that's the point. He has a gun here. Not, I'm going to spend 3 hours of a movie elaborately planning for Superman and Batman to fight each other just so I could kidnap Lois Lane in the last 10 minutes. As though, then why do the rest of that?
He didn't. He didn't plan on fucking Bruce Wayne stealing the kryptonite. I don't even think he knew that he had kryptonite.
But
I think he's just like, oh shit. Well, I'm gonna make the best of the situation.
So what was the rest of the plan for? He killed his like best like right hand dude, Mercy, in this bomb plot to make everyone think Superman blew up a bomb, and then everyone immediately knew he didn't.
No, I think I don't know if
like what was the purpose of the bomb in the court scene if
let me think.
Like,
hang on. I'm gonna come back at you with a good argument. Enough of Cybersix. This is Batman vs Superman podcast. This was just a ruse to get you to listen in.
I mean, I think there's some more we could probably talk about with Cybersix.
Well, I noticed that she had Cybersix tattooed on her arm, and then later on I thought, oh, but yeah, during the war, the Jews had tattoos on their arm.
Oh, fuck. That just reminded me of another thing that pissed me off about this show.
Oh,
so
shit.
the first episode, she's like, I have to get these vials to survive.
Yeah, that never came
and then
back.
It's never brought up again until the last episode. Like, what the fuck? What was the point?
Well, no. Well,
When
when did she hurt her arm? Was that the last episode or second last episode?
It was like
When she fought the
it was
fish
somewhere
lady.
in the middle.
Because when she fought.
Oh
the,
yeah, that was second to
she,
last.
Yeah, when she fought the fish lady, her arm was hurting, and that was this indicator that she needed substance.
That fish lady was weird.
I don't know what her deal was.
Like, I don't think she really felt with the style of the show.
Well, I'm pretty sure there was something in the comic we missed, but also there's a lot in the comic that we missed where we see Cyber's nipples, Jose likes to fuck, some other shit goes on.
Yeah, like, there's... But I think, though, like, also, there's just... I don't know. It's kind of amateur. That's a very not right word, I don't think, to say. Like, I think this is probably these people's first show that they worked on.
It's a kid's show, we're fucking, we're adults, we're arguing over fucking Transformers,
Yeah,
who gives a shit?
I get we're arguing about a kid's show. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking everybody who said that this show was just as good for adults was wrong.
How dare they make Thundercats, which I've been asking for?
The fuck those Cal Arts, more like Cal Farts. Ooh.
More like Count Animate. I tried.
I that like burned into the next part of it, so I didn't even understand.
I tried to like run it together. It didn't really happen.
I don't even know what you were running together. Just Cal Animate.
I was hoping that like stretching the consonant would make it happen. I don't know.
More like Stallarts.
Oh, fuck you! How come you have all the good jokes?
Dude, I'm like Quicksilver. Shoot me with a gun, I'll die.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Quicksilver is in X-Men and in Avengers. Who's the real Quicksilver?
Both.
Or is Quicksilver Quicksilver's dad?
No, Quicksilver is Quicksilver. Magneto is his dad. Until you go into the fucking bullshit continuity where they're like, oh no, he's not his dad because we want to sell the Avengers movie.
No, wait, what about Scarlet Witch? She was... Hang on.
Scarlet Witch. Scarlet bitch.
I saw it from a mile away. I am not impressed.
I know. I think everyone said that. They've probably even said that in the comics somewhere.
I noticed in whenever I see Scarlet Witch in the movie, like I get a lot of that cleavage action. I don't know what's up with that. Like she's wearing jeans, and I'm like, oh, here's some breasts.
I kind of like her in the movies, but I kind of wished like she had the silly hat from the comics.
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
Like
the
one thing that really bothers me. Yeah, like everyone in the Marvel movies, they always like fucking nobody can wear their silly hat. Like you can have the whole costume, but not the silly hat. Iron Man's constantly taking his hat off. Thor never puts his hat on.
Oh yeah, he lost his hat.
Like he lost it, and then he got a new super one in like Thor Ragnarok, and then he lost it again. Nobody wears hats in these movies. Captain America keeps taking his hat off. Bring back, like, fucking Bowman, Hawkeye. He never wears his hat. The only person who always wears their hat is Nick Fury because it's his eye patch. And fucking doesn't. Maybe I've have this misremembered, but doesn't fucking Black Widow have a hat in the comics as well? Or mask?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me who has a hat, who doesn't have a hat. Who wears the hatless of Marvel?
Who wore it best?
And that is one thing that I think Batman v Superman does better than the Marvel movies. Batman wears his hat. Wonder Woman wears her hat. That's it. They only do those two characters, though, so I don't know. Weird that they never made any movies after Batman and Superman.
They're supposed to make the Injustice League, but that got canceled.
Oh yeah, and then they fucked up Suicide Squad. Will Smith is like, "Yo, let me take my hat off."
I heard on the radio after this movie came out, they're like, "So how was Suicide Squad?" Oh, it's just Will Smith and friends.
Hey, honestly, Will Smith was the most interesting character in that movie.
Well, I didn't get to see anybody else besides him.
No, you did, but your mind turned off because they sucked.
No, because I didn't get enough time with them.
But like, the thing is about... Now we're moving past Cybersix, Batman v Superman.
Well,
now
hang
we're gonna
on.
go into some
Wait, do we have anything left to say about Cyber?
Okay, to continue with Cybersix, maybe this could tie back into it, but I'd like to say that not enough... Okay, the very ending, something that really, like, I did think was kind of cool was... It was kind of like Resident Evil.
How?
Like, the ending to Resident Evil 1. Where, like, the monsters get out, and then they turn on the Nazi man.
Okay.
And then, like, everything's, like, has a countdown to explode, and she's running out. That kind of reminded me of, like, Resident Evil ending.
The ending reminded me of... What's that movie where there's a bomb that's going to detonate, and there's, like, a timer?
There's, like, so many movies.
That was the joke I was making. Because I'm making fun of you.
Well, but how many movies have a bomb detonating and a timer and an evil scientist unleashing a monster that turns on him?
Probably so many. I couldn't think of any off the top of my head.
I know of Resident Evil.
By the way, I forgot. I was going to text you today and I forgot to tell you this. Fucking Lizzie Borden, Dark Universe.
Okay. Who's Lizzie Borden?
What was it? Hang on,
all right.
You know what? You know Lizzie.
While
Borden.
you look at that, I don't know who that is, but while you look that up, let me just say right out to the viewers right now.
Yeah.
You decide: am I crazy for thinking that's like Resident Evil, or is he completely right that every movie has a giant monster turn on its creator and then a self-destructive sequence?
Podcast question of the week: what did you watch instead of Cybersix? Because I would not recommend watching this. Not that it's bad; it's just not for adults.
If you would like to watch Cybersix, I would recommend watch the opening on YouTube and then move on. If you're thinking of starting Cybersix, alright, here's all you need to know. She kills the Nazi scientist, Kid Hitler gets away, they do a thing for Season 2 that never happens. There you go. That's what saved you.
Alright.
Saved you hours.
You know Lizzie Borden. The case is memorialized in a popular skipping rope rhyme sung in the tune of the then popular song Ta-Ra Ta-Ra Boom Delay. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. You don't know that rhyme.
I've heard the second part. I'd never heard Lizzie Borden part.
Oh no, that's some shit that. Man.
I've heard parodies of that where like they just put somebody else's name in it.
Oh. Yeah, she was like some 16-year-old kid that killed her parents. Because I was thinking about. I think I was thinking about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and I was like, "Oh, Lizzie Borden. Oh, Dark Universe."
Oh, like she would show up in the Dark Universe.
Oh yeah, because I was thinking about the TV show Frankenstein Chronicles, and there was another show called Lizzie Borden Chronicles or something. And then Frankenstein Dark Universe, and then Lizzie Borden, and the word Chronicles are like the common denominator, and so I put her in the Dark Universe.
So like,
so ask me what's
Borden
your
Chronicles
Lizzie
kid cartoon?
No, but check this out. Ask me what Lizzie Borden's power is in the Dark Universe. She just fucking kills people with an axe. That's it.
All right, I could see this could work.
But she's not like super strength or anything. She's just a regular woman with an axe.
Yeah, they could do like a thing where it's like, did you ever see that one like someone made a fan game that's like all the cinematic horror monster movie guys like fighting in a fighting game?
That sounds rad.
Throw in Lizzie Borden as like DLC.
No, I'm ready. Speaking of DLC,
like Lizzie Borden versus Jason.
Speaking of DLC, past couple days I saw this thing for the new Battlefield, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna put up a profanity filter so you can't swear and shit." But I don't know. That's something they want to do. I'm like, fine, whatever. Still not gonna stop me. But somebody found out that it blocks the words white male and DLC.
Okay. The first one I can understand, but what?
But
that's some corporate evil shit.
But you can type in DLC if you type in free DLC.
The only thing I can think is they're trying to like they're not thinking, and their only thought was a lowercase L looks like an I, and they're writing dick.
I'm gonna give you half the story. Apparently, there's a big fuck up with their profanity filter, and it's just filtering out a bunch of words.
Oh, but like I can definitely see why they would filter out white male.
But my question is, who the fuck is typing white male when you're playing Call of Duty or fucking Battlefield or whatever?
Well, I mean,
like first of all, that's not even an insult. You know. I don't even know how.
No. Here's the thing: it's not going to be used as an insult. That's where you're not seeing the issue.
I don't understand. I need this word white male, because if you can play as a woman now in Battlefield, I need to be able to tell my team, hey, I saw the enemy, it's a white male. Keep an eye out.
That's never going to come up. What's going to come up in the chat is somebody trying to do some Nazi shit where they're like, the white race marches on, white males represent, rise up. That's why white male is blacked out. Because there's no other reason to bring up white male in the game.
Okay.
You just use it like, there's a sniper on that ledge. Gender doesn't matter about which one. Because you're not going to identify the sniper's gender from that distance.
What if I have a sniper but no bullets? And I'm like, shit, there he is. What do I do? Tell my team, there's a white male above you. Look out.
You could just say there's a sniper above you. Like, saying a white male doesn't explain to them anything about the tactics of the match. You would say there's a sniper above you.
What if
would let them know
what if the sniper,
what his capabilities are.
What if the guy I'm looking at doesn't have a sniper?
Then
what if he just has a pistol?
There's an enemy above us.
Enemy, too many syllables. I'm going with white male.
That's more letters. If you're typing it, syllables don't matter. It's the letters.
You know what? I'm gonna flip the script. I'm just gonna, every time I play a game, I'm gonna put in black power. Is that
Alright.
is that the slogan they said? I don't remember.
That's a slogan I've seen. Yes.
Is
But
it?
like the difference is that like I don't know. I've played a lot of games where I've seen people like go on these crazy like neo-Nazi tirades in the chat, and then
I've never
like
seen that.
moderators will come in and be like, it happened on Mountain Blade a lot. Check out Mountain Blade Warband. They got Nazis online. Rust. Check out Rust. They've got the neo-Nazi element online. You can shoot real neo-Nazis. Check it out.
Well,
Gary's mod. Check it out. They've got neo-Nazis online.
no, Gary's mod is just fucking poison. I've never been. I played it all last summer for like the first time really, and I played so much. And as soon as I uninstalled it, my life improved. I got a girlfriend. I got a new job. I went back to college. Fucking don't play Gary's mod. Your life will be so much better for it.
One time, I got invited to a Gary's mod server.
Yeah.
That was called Nazi Germany map. And like, so there's a slavery RP. Yeah. Okay, so Gary's mod has nothing good going for it.
I played on a couple like RP servers, which was like there's like a World War II server and things like that. But it's not fun because if you're just starting, you can't leave a certain box. The game won't let you, and you have to wait for someone to come, and no one will come for a couple hours, and they fucking have to roleplay to tell you how to use WASD and pick shit up. And so I tell them, like, listen, motherfucker, I know how to video games. And then they ban you.
So
they ban you if you don't listen to people that are higher ranking than you, and you do one thing out of line, you get in trouble. I'm
like a little taken aback here.
Oh, they take
the
RP.
Force tutorial, the thing that everyone hates. They made that part of the roleplay.
Oh, what was I playing? I think I was playing. There was a ODST RP, and I didn't know where to go, and no one. And if I would see somebody, they'd just run past, and so I would just like walk around to areas that said off limits. That didn't go so well. Yeah, it was crazy.
I never really played the RP game stuff. Whenever I'd get on one, it would just be my brother would play the RP. And then they'd hand me a gun and be like, alright, sweet, and I'd shoot somebody. And I'd be like, fucking sick.
Fuck Gary's mod.
Yeah. Sucks. Best at it. Sucks.
I feel like Cybersix podcast is even worth making. There's nothing even worth saying about it.
The only thing I'd like to bring up, I guess, really want to watch Cybersix. Check out Batman Returns. Same story.
The one with the penguin?
Actually, not at all. Yeah.
That's nothing like it.
The only thing that came to mind was the Catwoman parts.
You know what? No, hang on. Check this shit out. That penguins turn against him.
Okay, the penguins turn against him, but also take a look at this. Christopher Walken in the movie plays a character called Max Schreck. In Batman Returns, his plot is that he's going to create a power station that is going to steal power away from Gotham. And that the money he's using to build this is all ill-gotten funds he got from, like, fucking with the consumers and buying, like, a bunch of, like, fire trap ass housing, like shitty houses. He's like the king of Gotham City, but he doesn't take care of it. He is an allegory for Donald Trump.
An allegory.
I don't know how words are pronounced until I say them. Okay, I read them.
I don't know I don't know what an allegory is, but it's not an allegory.
What's allegory? Allegory, actually.
Listen, I mean, I should have corrected you, but with the wrong word. That's what I done. And I call you out on it, and then you're like, "Oh, my mistake." But now we're still wrong. Boy.
So anyway, check out Batman Returns. They got fucking Michael Keaton, Tim Burton action in there. If you like that and you're not satisfied, check out Batman Returns on Sega Genesis. It takes the movie and goes in this weird ass like fucking yeah, he still fights Penguin and Catwoman and stuff, but now he's like exploring this weird gothic nightmare world. It's great. Check it out. I played it as a kid. It scared me.
Check this shit out. You ready?
Yeah.
Did I talk to you about Batman Year 1 yet?
Oh shit, alright. This is now the Batman Year 1 cast. We've now transitioned. What did you think of Batman Year 1?
I liked it. There was one shot that was very Frank Miller. When
was it the baby shot?
No, it was when what baby shot? I don't remember that. When was there a baby?
When the guy's like, he has like they're like on the bridge.
Oh no. There's a part where Gordon is like on the phone or something, and he's entering a room that doesn't have a light on, but the room behind him is on, and so then you only see his silhouette and then like his glasses, and that's very much like how he drew. Oh, I don't remember that character's name. Tobey Maguire's no. Not Tobey Maguire. Fucking Elijah Wood's character in Sin City. That character in the comic, they also portrayed it the same way in the movie, actually, where it's very silhouette, and then you just see like lenses.
They've seen that in a lot of like '90s comics. Like that's how they like kind of have Otacon look in MGS1.
Roboticon.
Well, this is before Roboticon.
Oh shit. Yeah, so I guess year 1 is still in the Dark Knight Returns continuity, though. At least,
I think they might have been trying to link them with like the movies, but I don't know if that works.
It's on a different Earth.
Okay.
Because the how do I explain this? So like the animated series, all of them through like Batman, Superman, Justice League Unlimited. That's all on Earth, I think, Prime. Then there's the Nolanverse.
Okay.
And then there's the... I don't know what this new one would be called. The DC universe.
Okay, what if the new DC universe is actually part of the Turtleverse?
But Gotham isn't a part of the Arrowverse.
That's weird.
Well, because Bruce Wayne's like 15.
So, just because he's 15 doesn't mean Gotham doesn't exist.
No, Gotham exists, but he's not part of the Arrow Flash universe.
You meant Gotham the show.
Yeah.
Alright, I forgot that was the name of the show.
Yeah, my prediction was right. I was talking about it with like my sister and brother-in-law. I was like, I feel like maybe they can squeeze like 1 or 2 more seasons out of it. And turns out season 5 is the last one. I was like, yeah, you pretty much did everything you could do with that show.
There's 5 seasons of it? What the fuck?
No, there's only 4. There's only 4. The 5th one coming out is the final season.
I really thought like, oh, that show was just announced. They just finished season 1 and like season 2 might be coming out.
Okay, check this out.
They were stupid.
The guy that plays Gordon in Gotham.
Yeah.
He voices Batman in year 1.
They fucked up. They got it all mixed up.
So and then fucking Walter White is Gordon in year 1. So
wait,
check this out. Check this out.
Walter White?
That means Gordon went on to deal drugs, while Batman went on to be commissioner.
The Nolanverse has fucked it all up. I'm all confused now.
But you have but you watch it backwards because Guy Pearce has short-term memory loss.
One thing that always like really weirded me out
Was?
the way that the Penguin looks like this weird like slim Tim Burton like man.
Are you saying Tim
Like-
Burton is extremely fat because the Penguin is really fat?
No. In IRL, the Penguin's really fat, but in the show, he looked really thin.
I always thought he was round.
Show Gotham.
Oh, yeah, because he's not fat yet. He's not even like. He's not big yet. Because
But like,
listen, in the cartoon and whatever, Batman's an adult, but he's still a kid, so we still have like 20 years before Penguin
But,
puts on
like-
weight.
this is the thing though. In the Penguin's backstory in most of the comics, he was like always like a little fat kid, and that's why they called him the Penguin because he looked like a penguin.
No, they fucked up his foot, so he walks like one, and they're like, "Hey, you walk like a penguin." He's like, "Don't call me that," and then he kills people.
A dipshit. Maybe you shouldn't be wearing penguin suits.
But yeah, Gotham was like, I don't know. At first, it was very like, "Hey, villain of the week." I'm like, "Oh, this is fun," and then became very much of a political, backstabbing gangster people.
That sounds.
It's
How
not-
are they even gonna have it? Who's the Joker?
they're not allowed to use the name Joker because they want to reserve that for the movies. But clearly, this guy is the Joker.
Holy shit! That's so bad.
But it's fine. It's fine because I like the character enough. They have a character called, what's his name? Jerome? But yeah, Jerome. He's like clearly the Joker, but then he dies. Like for real, he dies. Oh no, wait, he comes back, but then he dies again. For real this time. I mean it. I swear. But then before he dies, he sets up a trap for his twin brother. I'm telling you, he sets up a trap for his twin brother, and he hits him with some fucking Joker gas, and now he's the Joker, but he's a super genius.
Hold on, you mean Jeremy Gas? Can't use Joker.
He hits him with some fucking Jerome gas. His brother just puts him in a headlock and just farts in his face.
Oh my god.
Okay, when I was in elementary school, there was this kid, I don't remember what grade he was in. He was an older grade than me. I don't know what happened, but he took my classmate, put him in a headlock, and just farted in his face. And I don't know why.
Well, you know, probably. I don't know.
And then that same, like right after that happened, I traded the kid that farted in my friend's face like 10 or 20 Pokemon cards so I could borrow his Game Boy so I can play Pokemon.
Oh my god.
But I had to sneak it because I wasn't allowed to have a Game Boy.
That's. Man.
You know, times are tough when you're a kid.
When I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to have Pokemon cards. My older brothers had them, but I didn't. One kid traded me like fucking Dodrio for nothing. And was like, "Hey, you want this card? Here you go." And I was like, "Oh shit, my Pokemon legacy will begin here. I'll trade this for 2 other cards and then do that until I can build up an entire deck." And then like I just remember like looking at it in class being like, "Yes, it's all coming together." And then the teacher walked by, picked it up, and was like, "You can't have cards in school." And I was just like, "Oh no."
I did some graffiti once in school, and since I didn't have money in fucking grade 2, my mom made me pay with like my Pokemon cards, so I had to like choose which ones to get rid of. So I like automatically, all my duplicates went into the pile. Trying to think of something else that happened though with Pokemon. Oh, I bought a bunch of Pokemon card packs once, and it was like the one time I ever bought them too. And inside I got a Mew, which was pretty cool. And some guy tried to trade me, but that never happened.
Shit.
He tried to trade me a Scyther, but I
Yeah,
said no because I knew
You
Mew
got the
was better.
fucking golden ticket.
No, fucking not me. No,
You're Charlie Bucket.
No. I'm sorry. I got a Pichu. Sorry, I didn't get a Mew. I got a Pichu. but I didn't know anyone else who had one, so I was top shit in my head. And then I remember also there's this one girl in my class. I stole like a bunch of her cards.
Oh my god.
Like right in the middle of class, I took them all. She had a
That's
what was it? She had a Typhlosion.
yeah.
Yeah, I stole that. It was mine.
So like later, my parents did get me Pokemon cards after the movie came out,
Oh yeah.
but they weren't Pokemon actual cards. They
Oh,
were
no.
like. So with the movie, they came out with these like trading cards that were like little scenes from the movie,
Oh no.
and these little holographic squares, and like they weren't part of
Ugh.
the Pokemon trading card game. And I just had them, and I was like, oh. And like they were like, well, we also got to deal with these as well, and they were like, just like the other ones, but Digimon cards of the show.
Digital
like
monsters.
not of the Digimon, but like scenes from the show.
Hell yeah.
Had that. Then after Yu-Gi-Oh stopped being popular, they got me like starter pack for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh no.
And I had nobody to play with anymore.
What was I gonna talk about? Shit. Oh, did you watch Killing Joke?
Yes, I hated it.
Really? Why?
Well,
Wait,
I feel like
before you tell me what you did like, and don't say the runtime.
well, I didn't like that either. It was too long.
I was trying to get
Okay,
you off for
there's
making
one-
the easy joke, and you still took it.
So the one thing I did like.
Yep.
So there's this part where Batman's going through all his past moments with the Joker. In the comic, it's just a bunch of like computer screens with the Joker's face on them. But in the movie, they went the extra mile and made them all scenes, different Batman scenes from different Batman movies. And I really liked that attention to detail.
I don't remember that.
Like it's like when he's looking at the computer screen and like looking at his past with the Joker. I thought that was really cool. Before I go into Killing Joke, I'd like to say Batman Year One, more like Gordon Year One.
Yeah.
I like a Gordon story,
It was a Gordon story.
and I really liked it.
They were super corrupt, and I didn't expect Poison Ivy to be a prostitute.
That was weird.
I also didn't expect the age gap between her and Selena.
Well, she's like plants.
That
Cut
is-
her in half. See the. I don't know.
fucking or Selena to be
I
fucking
had a habit
shave
there.
head.
I liked short hair. Remember how she looked in the movie though. They kind of made her weird, and they made Selena Kyle weird in the movie.
In year one, it was okay. It was still Catwoman.
It was still Catwoman, but she seemed like too petty.
Well, remember, it was year one.
I guess, but like I feel like she'd be like ahead. I guess she's also like coming up with the. It's just because like in the original like her original release, like she's already like pulling off massive things before.
Yeah, I think
That
Halle
was it.
Berry really took it home with that one. Great performance. Loved Catwoman.
Oh, hold on. I'd like to explain. I meant the original appearance of Catwoman in the comics.
Oh.
I was not talking about the movies at all.
You fell into my trap.
Because like it's like she's pulling off these massive, crazy diamond thief heists, just like every other Batman villain at the time. But like in this one, she's just like, "Oh, you're Batman? Well, I'm gonna be Catwoman." And just
that-
knocking off his
but-
thing.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's my thought.
Cool,
Otherwise, I
cool
liked
movie
it.
though.
But Killing Joke was not a cool movie.
I thought it was okay.
So there's been a lot of analysis into the Killing Joke, the comic book. And I think that as time has gone on, there has been it has been overanalyzed and overdone to the point where nobody really gets the original anymore.
What
And
was
I
the
think
original?
like it was this really weird ass crazy tie-dye light show thing. I don't know how to really describe it. Like there's a lot of different ways you can take it, but everything's been like very like localized into this one like every reprint of it, they've like dulled out the color scheme to make it like more realistic looking and more gritty looking.
Really?
Yeah, like you can look up stuff online where they did that, and like they keep changing it to this point where it's like it's not really what it was anymore, and now it's like just this weird. Because when it was originally released, it wasn't part of the canon; it was just a thing,
I guess it
like this
still
weird
lines
side
up
story.
though for when she becomes Oracle.
But that's what I mean, though. That was never the point. That was never what was going to happen. It was, and like if you look at it, it can be taken in so many ways that the Killing Joke could very well be the ending of Batman. This is the final confrontation of Batman and the Joker. You could look at it in that way. But like, because they've done all this over analysis and put it as part of the canon, it has now been fucked up to the point where it's like, what was the point of any of this?
I saw an article,
I think.
like earlier this week or last week, about how it's too late now to um discuss mental health in Batman villains.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was like fucking. It's like, look, they're just bad guys. Like I don't need
I,
I don't need a mental health excuse for why they're doing things that they're misunderstood. It's just fucking they're greedy and they're terrible
like,
people. That's what I thrive on.
really, I think that a lot of the mental health thing was originally just an attempt somebody was making to like, oh no, this is like real, but it's like every time they try to make it real, it just kind of makes Batman worse. I think.
I do like their approach with Dark Knight Returns though, where that one like doctor guy was saying how Batman's sick obsession uh, with I don't remember what it was, but he has like this obsession where he ends up making people into criminals just so he can beat them up. And so the
Yeah.
Joker is really a victim of Batman. And I thought that was like
Oh yeah.
that's really interesting. That's pretty cool.
There's been a lot of like different takes on that. There was an episode of Batman the Animated Series where like they do the same thing where this lawyer chick is like, I hate Batman because he's just creating all these villains. And then there's this part where like uh all the villains kidnap Batman and have like her and Harvey Two-Face like have an actual court for Batman.
I guess
Like she has to defend him.
there's
And like
they touch on a similar thing where like in the Dark Knight where now that hey here's Batman, here comes the Joker, or they talk about it in Avengers. It's like no, ever since we formed the Avengers, more and more threats have started coming.
the problem though, like with a lot of this is there's no real, I think, real world connection to it. It's just they're just exploring. When you create a comic book character to keep the character going, you have to come up with villains for him to fight.
Is
So
that
in that respect, that's why new villains will always show up to fight Batman because they need episodes for the Batman comics.
same with Dragon
But
Ball Z? He beats up at one guy. Here comes some more. He's getting stronger. We need bigger bad guys.
then 30 years later, oh shit, people want more Dragon Ball? All right, here's new bad guy.
There's this anime called Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. It's about this kid that gets bullied in school. It's like 58 episodes or something. He gets bullied in school, but his classmate, her dad owns like some sort of like karate dojo or whatever, and she's like, "Hey, come on by and maybe you can learn some like self-defense or something." So he learns like one fucking move, okay? And then the bully, because like he tells the instructors like, "Hey, this is what the bully keeps doing to me." And it's like, "All right, pull this fast one on this kid," and so he does, and totally like lays this kid out. This is one bully, okay? This is by episode what, 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and then some other kid hears like, "Hey, did you hear Kenichi beat up that one kid? Did he now? Thinks he's tough shit, I bet, huh? I'm gonna fight Kenichi now." And so then he'll have to fight Kenichi. Kenichi beats him up with a new move. A third guy's like, "Well, you beat up that one guy. Now I have to fight you because you think you're so tough, Kenichi." And he's like, "I just want to fucking make friends. And every day people are picking on me because I keep beating up other people because they're picking on me." And it's this endless cycle of violence. Kenichi, just stay the fuck down.
I think realistically, though, that's kind of going somewhere else. I think.
But it's hilarious that just every time he defends himself from someone's attacking him, someone thinks he's like trying to prove himself, so has to beat him up and still loses. And it just escalates.
That's like a different. Well, I guess you could use that theme for Batman villains and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing I hate about the Killing Joke. All right, let's like not even delving into the Oracle part.
Mm-hmm.
It's really so the comic book of the Killing Joke is one of the greatest comic books because of like how it's able to like do things in such a very cinematic way. Like all the framing and stuff is on point, and the fucking movie version doesn't utilize any of that. It just feels like why?
Couldn't tell you.
They handed you gold on a silver platter, and you're like, well, "Let me fix this up with my shit," and then just toss it all over on it.
I saw a theory somewhere with in Batman vs Superman, Bruce sees which I assume is Robin's uniform. And it's just like, "Joke's on you." So it's assumed like, "Oh, is that Robin?" But then someone like made the guess like, "Oh, maybe that's supposed to be like Jason Todd," and that's Jason Todd's uniform after the Joker killed him. But then someone else said, "What if it was a former Robin who became the Joker?" Because that has happened a couple times, I believe.
Yeah, like I don't think it's ever happened in the comics, but like they bring up in like Batman the animated series and Batman Beyond, there was this thing where they were like the Joker kidnaps like Tim Drake and then like makes him into a little Joker.
Yeah, that happens.
So like I thought that would kind of be an interesting thing if that was where they were going, but the thing that really bothers me with the DC movie, like they're trying to be edgy but also playing it safe.
They're trying to be Nolan but stick to the formula.
Like Joker's got all these tattoos, but we don't want to scare anybody away, so he's the Joker.
Well, yeah,
like,
he
okay.
is the Joker with like. But no, because like, fucking Flame Boy had tattoos.
Yeah, but like that theory right there of like, "Oh, dude, check it out. It could. What if he's actually Robin?" And the whole reason he says "damaged" on his head is because he's like, "Hey, Batman, this is what you did to me."
Oh shit! Like, I didn't realize. How did you know? I think you've been thinking about this.
No, I just saw that same theory.
Oh shit!
it was posted a lot.
Oh boy.
But now they've undone a lot of they've went back on so many things to the point where it's like, nah, this is just all the superheroes as you remember them.
Like, oh shit! Wait, I just made the best Joker movie. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, what?
Okay, because we have like the Joker origins. Fuck that. This is what we need right now. And I'm not being a clickbait. I'm not being a clickbait article by saying what we need right now. I'm being earnest. What was the Joker doing during Justice League movie?
Probably in jail.
He was never arrested.
Okay, hold on.
So we're
Suicide Squad fucking sucks. All right, I just wanted to say that. I don't know. That could
so
be an interesting.
yeah, because we get all these um hey, here's our heroes fighting X villain, and then we get
Yeah.
they also talk about this in Batman vs Superman and the Avengers. It's like, oh, let's touch on this subject of the fallout of these fights, as opposed to just focusing on a character that deals with that. Um, but like, where's the villains? Like, what the fuck are they doing with their time? Like, Batman.
Okay,
Like,
I just remembered another thing I hated about the Killing Joke.
oh boy.
Okay, all right. Sorry to like trample on the greatest Joker movie of all time, but
No, I still think Suicide Squad can hold up to what you have to say.
okay. So, oh my god, barely in it. Anyway, so okay, so in the Killing Joke, in the comics, there is a scene that like I like read it when I was like a teenager, and like it really stuck out to me and was like, holy shit, that's like really subtle and genius.
What?
Where like, okay, so the Joker, in his like backstory, he's like talking to these two criminal guys, and they're like planning on robbing a place, right?
Yeah.
So then a police guy comes, and then he goes out to talk to him, and then the police guy like explains to him like, yeah, so all this stuff happened. I just want to tell you, your wife died.
Uh.
And he's like, and then like there's just this pause, and then the Joker's like, what? And like it came off as like a really funny like setup punchline to a joke type thing. And I thought, holy shit. And like that's his whole like thing was like, oh, life's just a big joke. And like the way he hears about his wife's death is as a joke. Or like his memory of it comes off as a joke. But in the movie, they don't show the dialogue.
So wait, he hears a joke about his wife's death?
He doesn't. No, he doesn't hear a joke. It's just like this 3-panel thing that kind of looks like a joke strip you'd see in a Saturday morning Saturday morning newspaper.
Oh,
it's like
it's
your
like
wife blew up.
it's like that delivery. What's that? Was it a Mega 64 video? It's like your dad's dead.
Yeah, but like, and then like then there's just the pause, and then the what? Like it's a punchline. I don't know. But like it just came off. I don't know if I'm describing it right, but like
No,
that.
I get it. I get it.
It came off as really funny to me in a very twisted, fucked up way. And I was like, oh shit, that's the Joker. That's why he's like that. But the movie skips over this entirely, and when he goes out to talk to the police, like the two guys are like, I don't know, what's he telling to the police? Are we gonna kill him? And then he comes back and then just tells them what the police officer said, and it kind of like it ruins the scene. Like that's not what the point of the scene was. It just came off really.
Well, what did you think
poorly.
of Under the Red Hood?
Yeah, that's okay. So, Batman comics, as the years have gone by, fucking stupid. It's fan fiction being written. It's fan fiction upon fan fiction of an original idea that probably wasn't that great to begin with.
I feel like
That
I heard you
said,
say this about something
I really
else.
liked Under Red Hood. It was okay. I really liked it. It was okay. There was one part I remember I was showing like my and they were like, "Why is he fighting these robot guys?" And I was like, "I don't know. I like the rest of the movie though." And now looking back on it, I'm like, "Why was he fighting those robot guys?"
Who cares?
Kind of breaks the flow of the movie.
I think
Also,
what?
I guess like it's just a weird thing. So like sometimes movies have callbacks,
Yeah.
but if you do it wrong, it comes off as like you're just repeating the same thing over. And I think Batman Under the Red Hood kind of like makes those mistakes. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I felt like the setup was there for like, hey, here's Jason Todd. He's doing this one acrobatic move, and then like years later, oh shit, this guy is doing this one acrobatic move. I wonder who this guy is.
Yeah, like the mystery is kind of straight up fucking not a mystery.
When
And
I
like even going to the comic book sequence, like I actually read like the stuff leading up to that, and they kind of spoil themselves on it as well. There was this storyline before that called Hush.
I'm about to tell you, they're making a movie this year, next year for that
Live action or cartoon?
cartoon. It's still part of the animated series.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna suck.
Well, I read the
But
plot, and it's like X turns out to be Hush, and I was like, who the fuck is that?
okay, so the comic book was really bad, except for the only thing that was really cool about it was like there's these backstory moments where it explores Bruce Wayne's childhood in a way that like never gets explored. Like what did he do as a kid before his parents got shot? And like it's like really interesting to see that and then like have that come back to now he's Batman. And I really liked that whole element of it, and like his relationship with like his one friend is really cool. But the actual storyline of like chasing down Hush is really bad. Like it's just plot twist after plot twist after plot twist
Oh fuck yeah, I
without
love
any
that.
real substance. Like it's just like, well, actually, all these people are being controlled by Poison Ivy, and she's in Metropolis, and then they have to run to Metropolis and fight her with Superman because Superman's been taken under control, and then they come back, and then like, oh yeah, but did you realize? What if? Did you ever think that maybe Jason Todd was still alive? And it's like, oh shit, Jason Todd's alive? Nah, just kidding. It was a trick. It was actually Clayface, and it's just like, wow, you really spoiled the ending to Under the Red Hood way too early. Because, like, they did eventually later do that with Under the Red Hood. But it's like, man,
Oh, I see what
blew
you
your
mean.
load. Like, they kept doing every single possible plot twist they could come up with. And then, like, they finally had the big emotional climax of the story where Batman finally takes on Hush, and it's like, oh, he's the one who's really behind all of this. And then they go a step further and it's like, no, he wasn't. It was actually this guy. And it's just like, come on. Stop it. That's my thought on too many plot twists. Didn't focus on like the real story they had going.
Wasn't there a thing? Where did I see it? Where Batman would go out, but Alfred would like put on like a Joker disguise and like commit a crime, then fight
Okay, so
Batman and rush back.
I've never read that actual thing, but my brother has, and how he described it to me was like it was some weird like alternate universe storyline where like they were having a funeral for Batman and like or somebody, and like it was just a bunch of like crazy ass like joke plot twists, I guess. Like one was the Alfred is the Joker thing.
No, I think like this because like he already like defeated the Joker, or the Joker never existed, or I wonder if this is what that they were trying to do in that Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns thinks he's the fruit bat man. Um and so then Smithers would just like pay people and be like, "Hey, pretend you're robbing this grocery store."
Like I think I've seen that's like a storyline that's been done. I think that might be. I don't know. I can't really say for certain, but I swear that's like that's older than that Batman comic. Also, another thing that fucking sucks about Batman, the Killing Joke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one thing that I really like about the comic is that like it's all right. Here comes the Joker. He's doing another one of his Joker plots, haha. But there's this undercurrent of something fucked up else is going on here with between the Joker and Batman. That's a little bit bigger than that, and like he has all these like crazy henchmen guys. This absolute second Batman rolls up in the comic, they all start running away in terror, and like while they're running away, the Joker is just staring down Batman like, "You're here," and like it was this like it's this really great moment in the comic. But in the movie, when Batman arrives, all the henchmen guys just start fighting Batman, and he has to fight them all before he gets to the. It's really, I know that's how normally things go in Batman stories, but that wasn't this one. Uh,
I know Dark Knight Returns was like the first two books, and then there's a third book that came out, and I think he's making a fourth.
yeah, I don't know if there really needs to be another Dark Knight Returns though. I think 1 and 2 kind of covered it.
Well, that's true, but at the same time, I want to see more of this Batman. Does that make sense?
I guess, yeah.
Because I really like this Batman. He's on Earth. I don't remember what.
Will he fuck Superman?
No, they don't fuck Superman, but I think Superman gets
What if he
frozen in
does?
ice. No, listen, motherfucker.
Anything can happen.
On all of Earth, on all of 52 iterations of Earth, they do not fuck.
Okay,
But
I've read some dojins where Batman fucks Superman.
okay, check this out.
Which Earths do those take place in?
It's this.
Answer me that, Stanley.
It's called Earth Japan. It's not canon, and it's also
Hey, some of them.
it's also not canon, meaning it
Some
doesn't
of them
fucking
are-
exist.
Some of them are American.
Check this out. Those are sad people who don't appreciate art, and they're
Listen,
fucking
we
abusing
live
the form.
In a society of super horny, turn every kid's cartoon into porn.
You'll never see these Disney cartoons the same way again.
What if Disney princesses were actually Disney
What if Disney
CEO executives?
take that glass ceiling? Oh fuck! I just realized something. When he
Now
says
that the glass ceiling is shattered.
when he says the most oppressed group of them all, gamers. When he says that, he busts through a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
Gamers, rise up!
Alright. So I hope that there's. Alright, I want to see that Gotham show develop the Joker into like a real Joker character. Just so that we can have another Joker for the Gamers Rise Up memes. Because those are the best. Still the best.
The Gotham Joker is pretty fun. I like him. He beats the shit out of the Penguin at one point, and then he teams up with him, and then he betrays him. It's weird. It's fun. I like it.
So, going back to Cybersix, I think one thing that would have improved the show is if it kind of went more in this Metal Gear Solid 1 direction.
Oh yeah?
Where like, okay, so in Metal Gear Solid 1, Solid Snake and Liquid Snake are both clones of Big Boss.
Yeah.
They're both these freaks of nature never meant to exist. And throughout the game, every boss you fight is another freak of nature never meant to exist. And like there's this kind of like thing between them and everyone where between Snake and everyone he fights where it's like there's something fucked up about them, there's something fucked up about Snake, and like there's a connection between them. But they are forced to fight in this kind of like way. I think if Cybersix had more like characters like the Panther that like just never got redeemed and like she had to fight them and they were actual people. They kind of did it with like the clay monster thing,
And
but like
Jose.
not yeah, but like don't make them like just monsters and but they never kill Jose.
They had a great cut in the last episode though, where Van Riker is like doing his monologue as a voiceover,
Yeah.
and you say Jose like driving down the street, and the tree falls, and the last frame is Jose's face in shock, and it cuts. And Van Riker is still talking the whole time. And I was like, that is a great cut. We should never see Jose again after this. Yet we do.
But then, yeah.
But
and like the thing, like the next thing Von Riker says was like, "Oh well, so much for Jose anyway," as if like he saw him die.
I know. I was like, damn, that's great. That implication. That's hot. I love it.
Yeah, they shouldn't have gone for the sequel, Paul.
Ah, fuck it.
They should have killed Kid Hitler.
They should have killed Hitler.
Kid Hitler. Hitler.
Hitler.
So yeah, like if the show more focused, there's other shows that do this though, like how Cybersix did. Check out Kishern Sins, Kishern General.
I think I wanted to buy
Kikaider.
that DVD and I never did.
Yeah, Kishern Sins, Kikaider. Both those shows deal with the same subject matter as like Cybersix, where it's like fucked up creation has to fight other fucked up creations.
On the DVD cover, are they playing chess? I don't remember.
Yeah. So that and Metal Gear Solid. I think that would have improved Cybersix's storyline. Like, the only like really thing that's kind of deep in the series is like, they're developing a relationship between her and the dude.
I thought.
Okay.
I thought maybe like, I forgot his name. The dude. I think maybe he was Lucas. I thought.
Yeah.
I think maybe he was attracted to Adrian, but he didn't know it.
Yeah, I thought the show was gonna deal with that because like there's kind of this thing going on there.
Because
where
he's like,
there's
"Oh,
kind of-
let's go see a movie," and he's like, "It's a romance," and I was like,
Yeah, like-
"Man, you want to fuck Adrian, but you don't know why."
Because I thought the show was going in that direction where it's like he's really attracted to Cybersix and he always wants to hang out with Adrian, but maybe he's just not realizing that these qualities that he's attracted to in this woman are also in this person he thinks is a man.
Well, no, because Cybersix and Adrian are two different people on the outside. I think he just innately knows it's like, this is the thing I need to be inside of.
Yeah, but like they never. But like I feel like they never crossed that line. Like
I think maybe
they dance around it, but they never go there.
Well, I think we're searching for something that's not there.
Yeah.
But,
that should be there though,
but
and it would improve the show.
I thought it also was there because with that same train of thought, I was like, "Oh, I'm starting to wonder if that girl is her student is a lesbian." But then later on, they outwardly say like, "Oh, Adrian, I'll go talk to him." And I was like, "All right." I wasn't sure if Adrian was a guy cover or a girl cover. I got confused at one point.
Oh, yeah, I was pretty sure it was a guy cover throughout the whole thing.
I thought so too,
like,
but then after I started
what
thinking
they
that,
were
I
dealing
wasn't
with
sure.
was like all these people who are attracted to Adrian don't realize that they're actually attracted to, and like there was a lot of confusing things going on there that I think the series just kind of like glossed over and went normal with it.
I noticed when Adrian is like,
The show was too normy.
I noticed when Adrian would do things, and the camera would focus on her hands. You could tell it's a woman's hands by the fingers and the nails. And I was like, how do people not notice this?
Just takes care of his hands. Huh?
I don't know, like fucking every day manicure.
Watching his hands.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because like Cybersix wears fingerless gloves, so nobody would notice. that the nails on the hands are the
No.
same. Doesn't make
That's the
sense.
one part that people would notice.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what episode I really liked? I really
Yeah.
liked the detective episode.
Oh yeah, with Enrico and
Yeah, that was my
oh
favorite episode because I liked how he would try to find her. I love that whole like tracking scenario. It was awesome.
the one the like Hashimoto.
Yeah, that was the best episode of the whole series.
Yeah, they like blew their load way too early. That was like episode 4.
But I did notice the character designs were extremely racist.
Yeah, I was like wondering like what was going on with that.
That being said, they didn't give him like an accent or anything. They just made him a guy.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, you met me halfway, and his voice fits. Also, he does really cool shit. So
like it was just his teeth and the glasses thing. You know, just
yeah, but I don't know. It was written at a certain time in South America,
yeah,
with European influences. Where like because this art style is very European. Like it really reminded me of a lot of French comics I read.
yeah. It's kind of odd too. Like the whole thing is like against like the fucking gene superiority shit of Nazis. Turn around and kind of do like that.
You know what? Here, I'm gonna force a thesis. Oh, you left.
No, I don't.
Oh, I'm gonna force a thesis. You ready?
Yeah,
People will be like, I don't remember the character's name, Hashimoto.
yeah,
Like people will be like, oh, he looks like that. He looks different from everyone else. He's not like anyone else. Um, but if you see like how he does his job, he's like better than everybody else. So, don't judge people by their looks.
You know what's really weird?
Hmm.
Like when he's like moving and talking and stuff, I like lost the whole image of the racist thing.
Well,
And instead I saw him as like a grown-up version of Dib from Invader Zim.
I never saw that show.
Oh my god. You want to talk about edgy kid shows?
Fuck, I don't want to watch Invader Zim. I find like the girls I interact with that like that show are girls that don't fucking go anywhere.
Okay, well yeah, but that's because they're a bunch of dorks. Point of the show is great.
I don't know.
The entire show is like following this alien that kill everybody on Earth. It's great. I love it.
How come he doesn't do it in episode 1?
Well, he sucks, and that's why it's funny.
Why does he want to kill everyone?
Because he's an evil alien.
Does he kill anyone?
Yes. But, like, it's always done in this really silly way.
Huh.
So, like, and they, like, kind of, they gloss over it enough that, like, they don't have to say it out loud, but, like, I don't know. I don't even think they gloss over it. They just kill people.
You know what? I solved it. Are you ready? Invader Sim is in the Looney Tunes cinematic universe. He is the arms dealer for Acme anvils and dynamite.
Well, he gets all his stuff from, like, his alien world. Their stuff sucks. Though, like, there's also, the second thing is, like, on his evil alien world, they all hate him because he sucks. So, like, they're actually intentionally sending him stuff that doesn't work.
What an asshole.
So, like, every episode he's like, I have this new thing that's gonna blow up the planet and kill you all. And it's like, they send him just bullshit that doesn't work because they hate him.
Why don't they just give him one good thing to kill himself with?
Well, they're like kind of hoping he does, but like they also don't care that much about him. They're focused on like everybody else. Because like at the same time, like they're trying to invade all these other worlds. They don't even know what Earth is because they're not even.
Why do they keep funding him then if they don't like him that much?
Like, I forget it. They cover it in the first episode. Oh, their thought was like, well, maybe if we just send him to this planet, he'll just leave us alone. So like he asks for things and they send him to him. They usually just ignore his calls.
Wow.
In the show, there's like this kid who's like this paranormal investigator who knows he's an alien because it's incredibly obvious that he's an alien.
Yeah.
But everyone on Earth is too stupid to realize it.
Is that
except for him?
Is that where you got IDK story from?
No.
Oh.
Got IDK from fucking. Anyway.
Whoa. You were just doing it and you're like, Eureka!
Yeah, just jizzed out the story.
Wait a minute.
Under the word file.
You got, you got it onto your trash can and you're like, hold on a second. There's something here.
I forgot about exactly.
Well, we've been going for an hour and a half.
Right, we covered a lot of topics. This is now the Cybersix Batman Invaders Zimcast.
I think it was more of a DC cast because I'm into that shit.
So yeah. Also, Batman Killing Joke sucks. Check out Batman Year One. Yeah, Aka. Gordon Year One.
Gordon Year One. I think there's a Year 2 actually.
I've heard of it, but I feel like it's probably just trying to capitalize on like how one was. Does Robin show up?
No, I don't think Robin shows up for a while. But they did make a Robin Year 1 and a Batgirl Year 1.
That's just capitalizing on like the name. Because wasn't the whole point of Batman Year One is like, oh, we're gonna take it to gritty. There's not gonna be a Robin or any of that stuff, and now they're just doing that for everything.
Yeah. Oh no. To sum up, I'd give it to Batgirl.
I'd have to say that whoever was in charge of Batman the Killing Joke, why would you waste all that talent? What's wrong with you? You had it all.
How does the song go? What is it? We had it all, but I don't remember my Adele songs. I haven't listened to radio in like a year.
I don't know who Adele is. Does she set fire to the rain or whatever?